Welcome, welcome. It's Friday. I'm the Doc. Welcome to the Detroit Lions on SI Lone Wolves podcast. Starting off with good news. Always want to deliver good news if I discover it. Man, what a nice day. Spent some time in Plymouth. What a great town. Oh my goodness. I never have a bad time in that town. Went out to the Cardinal, my first time checking out the golf, the live tour. Man, it's energetic. It's a different vibe. Different completely naturally than the PGA Tour. I had a good time. Checked out some golf. Not the biggest course, 6,900 yards for the athletes, and it was a nice time. I enjoyed it. Recommend you get out there. It's a vibe. If you're out for a party, it's a good time. The Cardinal at St. John's out in Plymouth. Good time. Good vibe. Everybody was having a good time. Big smiles. Got to see Dustin Johnson, Brooks Koepka get after it. You guys want to know? I'll deliver. Got an update on Graham Glasgow. All's good. No worries. Calm down. Great reporter Justin Rogers has filled everybody in. And look, we said yesterday, I think at some point, I said that yesterday he walked off with, I think I said it in an interview with Anthony Bellino. He walked off on his own power. That's always a good sign. So for Graham Glasgow, good news. We'll share the report. Good news for Graham Glasgow, guys. No need to worry. Panic time is over. Here it is. Boom. 14 minutes ago. Boom. Tweeted. Justin Rogers, podcaster. Detroit Lions Collective doing his thing. Detroit Lions Collective hosted by Hefe, Jeff, Will Birchfield, great reporter, great writer. Colton Pouncey, Justin Rogers, 4 dudes doing their thing. Good news, minor issue, no long-term concern. Panic can end. It's over. Graham Glasgow will be your center. That's good news. Sigh of relief. See, I bring it to you as soon as I found out. Good timing. Good timing, friend. Right when the show starts. Braylon's good. He's okay. You heard it from the Doc. And Justin. I didn't have too much terrible concern because if it's something serious, the national reporters would have been on it like in 2 seconds. So I wasn't really concerned in any capacity. But I understand the natural concern that people have. Always. Doc, I hope date night was fantastic. It was. It was relaxing. Went out to a little musical performance with the wife. It was a good time. They played Fleetwood Mac songs with their violins. Man, it was a good time. Great time. It was a nice ending to the 30 days of training camp. My goodness. Kurt Steele, my man. What up, though? Next week, maybe after the roster. You know what? Maybe I'll go 41 days, and that Friday we'll have a conversation. I owe you one. We will have a chat. Maybe the debut of the daily Lions Lone Wolves podcast. We will have a chat soon, I promise. What up, Doe? It's all good. I feel good. Graham Glasgow's all good. You have your starting center. All is good. No worries. Minor issue. No big deal. Again, it was a situation in which he was getting evaluated and he walked off on his own. Now, when there's carts involved, when the national media finds out, when you hear he's undergoing further testing, MRIs, now you can be panicked. It's going to be a short show today. Got an hour window here before I'm busy about 4 o'clock. I was at Plymouth again. Live Golf. Go check it out. See for yourself. It's a different vibe. It's just different. I am more my kind of style away from football because football is just amped up, full testosterone, full egos, media, football players, athletes. It's just ego central. I can deal with that. Golf to me, covering LPGA and the PGA Tour is just totally different. It's a natural vibe. It's a chill. Like just play the game. Get after it, and it's more chill. Live is a little different. There's music playing, it's bumping, it's energetic. There's youth everywhere, youthful golf, content creators everywhere. It's just a different vibe. I'm used to it. Different vibe. It's energetic. It's fun. I recommend you go out there, Plymouth. Have a good time with it. The crowds are expected to be wild on Saturday and Sunday. Thanks to the Live Golf Tour for credentialing me. Easy in, easy out access. Very professional. Everybody knew what they were talking about. Very cool. And oh yeah, they definitely scanned my ID about maybe 30 times. Beep in, beep out, beep in, beep out. They're like, we're not letting you go. We're not letting you go 20 yards without scanning you, Mr. Macaroon. So now my footprint is all over the Cardinal. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, you want some lunch? Scan your ID. You want to go to the bathroom? Scan your ID. Oh, you walked 40 feet. Got to scan your ID. I love it. Armed security. I was like, oh, this is serious. Golf, and Doc's not going to be streaking at the Cardinal. Doc cannot go rogue there. Might end up getting taken out. It's a good time. You feel good. Security is definitely noticed. My goodness. But I liked it. Good time, good vibes, beautiful golf course. The Cardinal. Positive Detroit Lions injury news to start the podcast. You know, all the way around. Dave Burkett, Free Press. Now, I presume this all happened. He was catching all. I saw Lee McNeil yesterday. I talked to Aiden Hutchinson. I talked to Quintez Cephas, talked to others. So I presume all these injury updates that were happening as I was talking to other people because there were no big scrums. I talked to DJ Reed for a good 5-10 minutes. But Dave Burkett, Free Press, found out that Lee McNeil is still on the right track. He believes he'll be back before Thanksgiving. He feels good. He feels that his injury situation is still on pace, still potentially on pace for a return early, which is always a good sign. I think that he's a player that if you can get back will help along the interior of the defensive line. And the best way that Dave Burkett said it is that Lee McNeil said it's like putting the finishing touches on a cake. What does that mean? It means that he's still doing the rehab, doing his work, getting after it. It's the finishing touches, making sure he can handle the recovery, getting in football shape, doing all the work that he needs to do. That's good news. He's still on pace, no setbacks. Now, I'm not certain if Dave put that behind a paywall, but there's good news there. It's good news. Ali McNeil, good news. Be a great sign. Yeah, he did put it behind a paywall. So basically, he's ahead of schedule. No timelines. He can't put a date on it and say, hey, the game before Thanksgiving. He's feeling good. Getting more and more strength back in his knee, torn ACL. So good news, Ali McNeil. Trending in the right direction. Win. Boner, good afternoon. Hope you're not reeling too much from the week of work that you had to do. Proud of you. Great interviews. Except you kind of quickly jumped away from the important questions with Mr. Anthony Broom. Good interview. I liked it. But I mean, I think the next time you talk to anybody Michigan related, I think the only question that, let's just start with the basics. Why did Michigan get a fine? Why did they get punished? Why? So I shared with you why they got punished. So we can start with that. Why did Michigan get punished? Which is the very basic premise of anybody paying attention to that. Yeah, you want to sweep it under the rug. Which I did not, you filled me in, Booner. Michigan hides their practice. They don't want nobody to see. Why would they do that? Smart. Actually, it's kind of smart. We will not let you watch this practice, especially not Booner. You're a rat. You'll tell on all the injuries. Hope you caught the first 5 minutes. Graham Glasgow, all good. J-Rod, look, I'll even show you respect. Go blue. I'm telling you, just green looks better. I'm telling you, green just looks better, guys. I don't know. Maize and blue. It's just natural. I still respect you guys. You're welcome in the building, but go to the back of the line. That's a fun rivalry. And credit me at least for stepping into the Lions' den, the Wolverines' den, and taking the heat. I knew what was going to happen. Credit the Doc. The Doc ain't scared. The Doc will walk right into the Michigan party and be like, go green, baby. Hey, here's how the doc rolls real fast before we get into the more good positive injury news. Booner's like, hey, there's a guy next to you, Chris Long Jr. I want information shared with him. I'm like, okay, not shy. He got to meet the doc, and he was very friendly. And what I told Chris Long, I said, hey, man, you doing your podcast really is special and helps us that are trying to do it too. Because when you do it that big and you have networks and you come to town and you represent the Green Light podcast, I said, thank you. It helps make the pathway easier for me. And he lit up and he was happy. And I said, hey, there's a fan in the stands. That's really cool. Look at this video. And it's the one that Booner sent me from Instagram. It took me a minute to push the button and he started laughing. So I'm loyal to Booner, even though he wants to bury me at the 50-yard line in Ann Arbor. I mean, you wouldn't even bury me in East Lansing, where it's much prettier. Man, he's like, wants to bury me in Ann Arbor. Shame on you, Booner. But I'm glad you're doing more solo. It's fun. It is taxing. It's a good challenge. Very good challenge. So I walk up to Dusty May, too. I said, hey, and you can check it out in observations. I shared it. I said, welcome. I said, it's good to see you here in Allen Park. I said, I got something to tell you. He looked and he's like, what? I said, what would you say if you met an on SI Detroit Lions NFL reporter, but I went to Michigan State? He started laughing. He said, I'm really sorry, man. That's unfortunate. And we shared a laugh. And I said, Coach, it's good to see you. Hope you enjoyed practice. And I went to do my job. It's all mutual respect. We talk junk. He talks junk. That's the way it's supposed to be. And then I proceeded to tell him, hey, if you offer my nephew $250K right now, he's 14, he'll come to Michigan, even though he's committed to Michigan State. Oh, shit, that was off the record. That didn't happen. $300K, he's going to Michigan. $350, maybe he'll stay at Michigan State. It's really the highest bidder. We've canceled the loyalty. Who's the highest bidder? But out of respect, I did joke around with Dusty May. And that's how it's supposed to be. Sports is about talking junk. And man, it's been fun. Talking junk to Dolphins fans, talking junk to Bears fans. It's all good. So it's a good time, man. Good positive injury news. It's all good. It's wavering because of what happens at Michigan. We're realizing that, hey, it's all about dollars and cents. I know now you be bought easily too. You would tiptoe that moral line. But Anthony Broom said it. Michigan walked up to it and definitely went over it. It's good. Well, probably not. Never cheat. Or no, I would be encouraged to cheat now with how things are going. Be like, you got to go to Alabama, nephew. Just a fan, rocking with Doc and his podcast. Thank you. You did. Silent? Did I miss any Glasgow news? Yes, you did. I'm going to make you rewind it. But you got to like. Good news. All good news. All good news. Graham Glasgow's fine. Reported at the 2-minute mark of the show. All good. No worries. More positive news. Ahmed Hassanin confirmed that what he said, in essence, to reporters. He told a couple reporters that his MRI, yes, was clean, and he does not need surgery. It's just going to take time. There's no timeline for Hassanin, but he confirmed what he shared, which is good news. He does not require surgery, which bodes well for his opportunity to come back this year. It's just really going to depend on the severity of the strain and tear, how much. But good news on the torn pectoral of Ahmed Hassanin. Good news. Aleem McNeil, Graham Glasgow, Ahmed Hassanin. It's good times. That's real good news. So I'm happy. I'm happy to hear that. Happy to hear that the Detroit Lions get some positivity heading into the season. But you would have moved Tate Ratledge. You would have maybe had to worry about Miles Frazier. The only uncomfortable news is that Josh Pascal might take longer, but he's been up and down and inconsistent anyway. So it's unfortunate. So I'm excited. Positive injury news going into the season. Now, you got to make sure you just got to get over the hump with one more game. You got one more game to come. Detroit Lions going to play the Houston Texans. I don't want to see Tesla. I don't want to see Ratledge. I don't want to see Tyleek Williams. I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to see Kyle Allen. Who do you got to see? The people that this game is important for. People you need to showcase. What are you guys watching for tomorrow? It's a fun day. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be, one of those lighthearted games. I think it's going to be a lot of, showcasing a little bit of Hendon Hooker. You want to see some of the second and third string offensive linemen. You definitely want to see a couple guys that we're going to highlight. Who's this game most important to? Sheldon Hopka, thank you so much. New YouTube members signed up. I haven't talked about it too much, but it's growing. If you want, as we continue to grow, almost a dozen members, maybe there'll be some exclusives, interviews, things just for those that are special in the membership. Thank you so much for your contribution to the Lone Wolves channel. It means a lot to me. Thank you, Sheldon. It made the 30 days consecutively daily really worthwhile, the response that I get. It's been like 50 good messages and one trolling. Call me bald or a clickbait artist. And it's fun because in the end, you guys have been so humble and nice that you defend me when the weirdos come out. That's not something I ever expected. I thought I just have to defend myself, but you guys have come to the aid of the doc. But you guys are kind of leaning towards wanting me to let this hair go. Man, I didn't never really notice how bad the bald spot really was. I'm always kind of looking like this at myself. Seeing the videos of me just happened to be caught again by the camera with DJ Reed. Do you believe that? They just keep finding me. They found me yesterday with DJ Reed. I couldn't believe it. But the bald spot from the side profile, oh, that's not really flattering. Oh, that's not really nice looking. I look old. So it might be time. It might be time, but I feel like the head proportion is not right. I know, Sheldon. I never seen the camera find me so much this training camp. You look at the DJ Reed interview, and there's me just checking the phone, checking the sources live, seeing who I want to interview, seeing the storylines. You're seeing me working. You're seeing the brain operate live. I'm looking at, okay, who do I want to talk to? What numbers? Who do I want to watch? And then, of course, I'm peeking back at the camera. Could I rock a fedora? Oh, man. You guys are funny. And it's been fun. Just the little side conversations you guys want to go in with my appearance and clean shaven or going bald. That's been fun to interact. Booner, you can't blow up the spot. I think the doc finds the camera. Are you insinuating that I know where to position myself to get myself on camera? This time around, that did not happen. I was in my phone looking at the story ideas as it was happening. You can see me on the phone. I'm typing, I'm learning, I'm looking. Okay, I'm doing what I need to do is to take the notes and go, okay, who do I want to talk to? Who would Booner be interested in? And then I just happened to look, oh, the camera's on me. I got to present myself. I am not pandering to get on camera. Are you kidding me? Thank you so much, All Balls No D. Gifted one membership. You guys are the best. Booner, you're just coming in hating today. You know what you're doing. Are you suggesting that I am aware specifically of where the cameras are? Booner. But I think I might help you, Booner, get a credential faster. I'm going to share something at the end of the podcast that was funny, but maybe a little unprofessional that was done by the media, by a second credential member. We saw you. Slick. But they changed that up real quick. But we saw you. So I have a way that if I need my second credential, I figured out how to do it. We saw you. or I saw you. So we'll talk about it. Real fast. The preview for me is it's a fourth preseason game. It's get in, get out. It's Saturday. The camp is over. I'm telling you now, I'm going to drink some coffee, get downtown around 11, 11:30, maybe later. And I'm going to cover the game, takeaways, talk to the players, get back to the studio, and then I want to celebrate family member's birthday. It's not going to be balls to the wall. Balls to the wall is going to be Sunday. What does it mean? 53-man roster preview. What does this mean? All right. And I think that the game's going to have ramifications, but you guys blew up the site so much. I'll be honest with you. You blew up the site so much, I don't have to work for the rest of the month. The rest of the month, that's really doesn't happen around the 21st. I've met every marker I would want. I'm pretty happy. So today and tomorrow will be normal coverage, but not craziness. We'll sprinkle in stories throughout the day, and we'll sprinkle in content. But Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, because Tuesday is going to be crazy. Wednesday, all next week will be crazy. So I'm winding it down this weekend. At least today and tomorrow. Got to see some golf, handle business, have some good time. Listen, you can't be a machine. You got to wind it down. But Dan Campbell gave some insight regarding, I truly believe the Lions are keeping 2 quarterbacks. I asked a decent question, and I thought that Dan Campbell answered it humbly and honestly. Let's share it here. Dan Campbell, this was him talking to the media, discussing my question, which was, if you keep 2, if you keep 3 quarterbacks, what does that mean for your depth? How does that affect your depth? And I felt his answer was fair and very insightful. And you look, that's the look that that he's talking to me. Down and to, that's how you know that Dan Campbell is talking to the DOC. This is yesterday in my response to what happens? What does it mean if you keep 3?
Well, that's exactly what it is. You lose if you do that. You lose depth in what D line or O line or receiver or defensive back or linebacker, or you get the point. So how important is that relative to the other positions? And what's hard is, look, you can call it what you want. When you have a year like we did last year, you get affected a little bit by it. It has an effect on the way you think, and depth. We got to make sure that we have the depth.
Absolutely. He said it. And so that was perfect because it confirmed what I had said, which was so weird to me, is that the other reporters were putting 3 quarterbacks. I'm like, common sense. I think the word of the week is common sense with reporting. And I think that's where I kind of got a lot better over the last year, is some of the basic stuff you hit. Like when I did my 53-man, I had 2 quarterbacks because you need depth. And Dan confirmed it. Like last year, I didn't think that he was going to bring up last year, but that makes perfect sense. You had so many injuries and you need those extra bodies. Why on earth would you keep 3? That would be crazy. Craziness if you did that. Craziness. It would be craziness if you kept 3 quarterbacks. And I felt like Dan encapsulated it perfectly. Depth. 2 quarterbacks on the roster. Period. Full stop. I was right on that one. The rest is going to be tough to figure out. Who needs to step up? That's the biggest question. Who needs to step up? I think that you recognize that the person I'm talking about is Hendon Hooker. He's got to showcase, not to the Lions. It's over. Maybe he'll end up on the practice squad, but he lost the battle. It's over. The Lions know it, and he knows it. Kyle Allen outdid him in the joint practice, or a push at the very worst. He didn't outduel Kyle Allen. Kyle Allen's your backup. Congratulations. Crown him. If he goes through waivers and doesn't come back, no problem. I don't worry about it in any way, shape, or form. He's got to do well to maybe put some tape. If he gets caught, maybe he gets to a chance where maybe he can start over, develop, and get after it. It's important for him for his future, but not with the Lions. Am I wrong? Do you still have a glimmer of hope for Hendon Hooker? I do not. And all the way through, I think you've been informed correctly about Hendon Hooker. And my assessments were accurate too. You don't sacrifice depth somewhere else to keep a third quarterback. Yet I still saw other reporters wrestling with that. Well, I get it. Brad Holmes keeps his guys, but imagine if it's split. Could Hendon Hooker be the first start of Dan Campbell and the rift between Dan and Brad? I doubt it, because I think Dan and Brad will be lockstep. But if they come out on Tuesday with 3 quarterbacks, yeah, you can if he's on the practice squad. Corey's right. Just better hope Goff doesn't go down. Tampa, Detroit, Lion. Man, this is great. $9.99. Any news on Graham Glasgow? This is great. I'll reset it one more time. Good news on Graham. It was reported by Detroit Football Network. Justin Rogers. Minor, no issues. All good. You can rewind it at this episode. Hit that scroll button back. You can rewind it. Positive injury news to start the podcast today. Thank you so much, Tampa, Detroit Lions. Shout out to Tampa. I was in Orlando in February. My kind of town. Tampa, Orlando. Nice. My kind of town. Good news on Graham Glasgow. Much appreciated. Tampa, Detroit Lions. Welcome to the community. Stay in the community. It's going to be fun. We're going to put together after the 40 days of Doc next week, maybe the following week. We'll figure out what days I go live, once, twice, 3 times, 5 days a week. What time? Is it 4 o'clock, 2 o'clock? Try to be consistent. We'll try to figure it out. Thank you guys so much for the humble super chats. The memberships have grown. I didn't think you would respond this way to a regular podcaster just covering the team. That really means a lot. Yeah, Sheldon. We'll definitely, when you come in at Detroit Podcast or hop in a live or a comment and say, hey, I'm coming in from South Carolina for the Dallas game. No need to buy me a drink. I can't at the game. They'd be like, we can smell it on you, Doc. The best way to put it is, I think I'm in good standing with the Lions, but I think I'm on the watch list. Like, watch him. If they sniffed alcohol, they'd be like, cut him out. Cut him out. So, thank you. Just a high five and a congratulations. We'll get after it. Now, when the work shift is over and the game's over, whatever time it ends, maybe we'll convene somewhere for some celebrations. Yes, sir. Who needs to step up? Jackson Meeks. His spot is right there. Lovett had a good joint practice, a little bit better than him. It's right there, guys. This one's right down to the wire. It's going to be Jackson Meeks or Dominic Lovett. I don't think it's both. Who wins? Call your shot. Who wins? In the comments, call your shot. Jackson Meeks or Dominic Lovett. I go back and forth with each passing day, but this one to me is going to be defined by who does better on Saturday. Good luck to both. Right now, Jackson Meeks, I think, is a little bit ahead, but what gives Lovett the credibility, he was a draft pick. He was definitely a player that impressed a lot of people, but Jackson Meeks had a good camp, and he's also related to Zadarius Smith. So there is a little bit of a motivating factor. Keith Cooper, I think, is right there, has a spot. But with Wingo back, that puts his spot in jeopardy. I wonder if they would try to get him through waivers. I don't know if he'd clear it. We hyped him up, pumped him up pretty good. Keith Cooper was talked about almost every day in camp as being a guy that really stood out. Keith Cooper, I think, with the return of Wingo, makes it a little bit more difficult. Kingsley Egwakun, I think, needs to step it up a little bit. Glasgow's your center. Ratledge potentially is the backup. Nice is in competition. Unfortunately, Cologne, the injury situation for him, kind of opens up a spot. Maybe it's going to be taken by Kingsley. I think a good showing on Saturday would make things positive. Nate Lynn and the trio there got to keep showcasing work. Nate Lynn, Mitchell Agude, Al-Quadin Mohammed all got to keep stepping up. I do think that Nate Lynn has put some good tape out there for if it's not here in Detroit, it's somewhere else. So Nate Lynn has a chance. Al-Quadin Mohammed, Mitchell Agude, those guys have to showcase continuously that they belong. Those are big question marks. Attila the Hun calls a shot. Makes the 53-man. Yep. No surgery. Back by Halloween. And hopefully just a couple months and he gets back to it. Call your shot. Meeks or Lovett? Who's the better option? Also, too, in my botch, I only had really one or two reporting botches where I wrote down that, 15 dropped the ball and 19 dropped the ball. That was special teams. I think I'm not as comfortable with Grant Stewart returning kicks. I think it was fun camp stuff. You try it, but you don't risk it. Once in a game and then at practice, I think that you just go with, unfortunately, Baki left practice early on or did not participate in a portion of practice. So Stewart, I don't want to listen, he's a linebacker. Let him do his special teams thing. I don't need him returning kicks. It's fun, but it's risky, risk averse. Give it to Khalif Raymond. Give it to Meeks or Lovett, whoever makes the team, and call it a day. I agree with you guys. You guys are right on it. Meeks. Yeah, Booner was there. Baki was in with the twos during 11-11, and then about 4 plays came off with an injury. That's what's unfortunate. I think that puts Craig Reynolds in a reliability spot. That's tough. Yeah, Booner knows. We reported it too. He was getting reps over Craig. If you followed, I gave in the last week or so, a lot of my reports were just play-by-play of what happened. Booner knows. Booner, there's a rumor going around. I don't know. I can't pay attention to everything. There's a rumor going around. A lot of people have been DMing me. Are you a Walmart Wolverine? You didn't go there? I thought you went there. Are you a Walmart Wolverine? Like, it doesn't even count. Like, I can't believe I debated somebody that didn't even go there. They were saying all in my DMs, SVSU. Was it community college? I don't know. I can't verify. I never got your credentials. It's okay. Walmarts are fine. They can cheer too. Did you go to Michigan, Booner? I can confirm. I want to confirm. Did you go there? Or was everyone just keeps DMing me? SVSU, Walmart. Booner's a Walmart. I'm like, I don't care. Let them have it. Let them join the party. I got to celebrate it for real. And it meant something when Michigan State won in 2000. I was there enrolled. So I'm the king. I got to celebrate a championship while enrolled. Whew, that's fun. That's not me. It's the DMs. The DMs are nasty. I see some, and a lot of them, you guys put capital. Booner's at Walmart. I'm like, no, I don't know that. I don't care. I'll debate them. I'll hop in the fire. But I was like, Saginaw Valley State. I thought he went to Macomb. I was like, man, I'm proud of Booner. He worked his way up to the media from Macomb community. Oh. Uh-oh. Booner's going to even admit it. He's not even going to lie to you people. I didn't know for a D1 program to be a fan, you had to go there. Well, we now know clearly from your spelling, you didn't go there. You went to Macomb. Like I said, it's okay. I would have went to Macomb too, but I had to go to Michigan State. I was drawn. Yeah, exactly. That's why there's a little bit of disdain for the veracity in which you guys support something. It's okay being a Walmart Wolverine. It's something. This beats nothing. Damn. I thought that, I was going to rep Macomb community. Macomb community got their prodigal son in Booner. But SVSU's finest. No, it's not. You can cheer it. It's just funny. It's just you don't feel. It's just you're a stepson. That's all. You're a stepson fan. The stepson is included, but it's just never the same as an original. You can love the kid, but it's just not the original as a biological. Who is this game most important for? Now, Booner, we're kidding. It's just nonsense talk. Man, the people that want to message me waited till I got on the air to blow up my phone. All the good stuff. All right. Big thing I didn't really hit on yesterday. I skipped some banners, but which is good, is let's give credit to who had a good week. Jahmyr Gibbs. I told a true CMU alum, good guy, Jim Costa. I said, look what he's been doing all camp. He made the cut move because the interior run, I think a lot of people reported it wasn't that great yesterday. Houston was pretty good. But when Jahmyr could kick it to the outside with his cuts, it was unstoppable. I said to him, he's been doing that all camp. Look at him go. Cuts, shifts. He just got stronger. He looked like Barry Sanders out there. It was awesome. The national media saw it. They focused on that. I haven't been focusing on it because it's just been there. Jahmyr Gibbs is good. He cuts. He gets open. He finds the side with mahogany. It's great. I will say this. Maybe some unique formations could happen with the offensive line that we saw that I can't share what specifically happened, but I like it. Jahmyr Gibbs is going to have a big year. Book it, no problem. No problem. So it's one of those deals where I'm very impressed with what Jahmyr Gibbs did. You can't say that every day. People are like, you didn't put them on the list. I'm like, bro, he was on the list the first week. He's good. Like, he's a starter. He's your 1A alpha. Like I said, I think I've said it multiple times. 11 starters on offense, 11 starters on defense. You can walk into any game and you'll be in it. So it's I'm impressed. I'm very happy with that news. That out of camp, one of the big takeaways, Jahmyr Gibbs, St. Brown, JMO, they had relatively good camps. Your stars showed up. And it looks like yesterday from the defensive side, Alex Anzalone had a really great performance by all accounts. Oh, just a fan. There's no argument. There's no discussion. It's just, what is your philosophy? What is your stance? Again, just to go back to reset it. If Michigan State did that, knowing what's happened, to take $30 million fine and you don't get the book thrown at you, every team should do it. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about as an ethical principle from what Jim Harbaugh used to say is that, hey, you win by being ethical. You win. You show leadership. You don't stoop to that. That's the card you play. And so, listen, that's the sporting landscape. That's the way it is. Alabama, let's just say SEC teams allegedly started to pay players. It happened. But we don't go, well, these unfortunate kids. It's a rule. Whether you interpret the rule or not, there were rules set that you're not supposed to do. And the reason why they can't prove it is the cooperation was not sufficient from the one side. And this is not a legal matter. It's, hey, did you break the rules? And they were perceived to have done some things that warranted punishments. And so you just look at it and you say, yeah, they won a championship. But like I said, I'm more like in the Scarface mode, like, hey, stop it, Tony Montana. Stop going above the fray and bragging about what you're doing. Just accept it, fly under the radar. Fly under the radar. There's no need to brag about the way in which that went down. No need to brag. But if you do, we get it. Like I said, it's set in stone. Those inside the bubble will support it. Those outside won't. And I'm outside the bubble. I think it's just a fair discussion that one side should still say, remember that scene in Scarface when they kind of talk about, hey, we know what you're doing. They say, the guy told him, the older, wiser guy, like, hey, Stop bragging. Everybody that goes like that, they don't last. Don't be like that. That's all. Nope. Don't brag. What I'm saying is no. See, that's what I'm saying. I think if you went to Michigan, you'd understand the argument, which is we're talking ethics and principles. And it's just Michigan went there, as they probably should. That's how you win. I'm just saying that to be considered above the fray, stand the heat and not do that. That's all. You don't need to go down that road. They might have even been able to do it without it, without all that nonsense. I can't believe what people are sending me. You didn't need to go down the road. I actually think that the team that they put together with an offensive line, with the caliber of talent, they didn't need Connor Stallions at all involved in the mix at all. But you went there. Hell, I should be calling Connor Stallions right now. Like, hey, can you help the Spartans figure out how to block? But can we just do it where you don't get caught, bro? Like, don't use Venmo. Don't use it so that everyone can catch you. So, don't get caught. That's first and foremost. But I think everybody always gets caught. It's just hard to hide. So that's what it is. And that's what's always going to be. The outsiders will never validate it. And the Michigan has the community and the Walmarts, which is fair. It'll always be a nice discussion to talk about. But I always believe if you're talking ethics and morality there, Michigan does not fly, doesn't pass the test anymore. Smart. It's probably smart to do it. Yeah. I feel it probably the same way. That the biggest regret is, how'd you get caught? Like, come on, dude. Tighten the ship. Every level cheats. Little league to the NFL. So, yeah, just don't get caught. Don't get caught. But I feel like everybody was starting to, realize that, wait a minute, Michigan was terrible. Now they're not so much. They knew right away to smell something because Jim Harbaugh wasn't that good. It smelled. Like, wait a minute. Something's fishy. Jahmyr Gibbs deserves credit. And that's where I'm going to leave it. He deserves a lot of credit. This game, I think, is going to be fun. But again, it's a preseason. Get out and have the guys that need to step up. I don't want to see Tesla. I don't want to see anybody of impact. I just want to see the battles. I want to see Strickland versus Kennelly. I want to see some of the defensive linemen, see who kind of works their way in. I want to see Hendon Hooker play all 4 quarters, maybe get himself a chance to maybe be a 7th round pick, be available for someone to give us a 7th rounder or a 6th rounder. All right. What happened to close out the media session? Now, it's fun. It's new. Someone got a credential and showed up to their first day of work rocking some Lion swag. Not, it makes sense. You're a fan. You got yourself your first day. You didn't kind of realize, oops, I should not do that. Your bosses didn't tell you the right way to handle it. But they had to kind of do a wardrobe thing real fast. Like, oh. No. That's not the wardrobe. That's why the doc can't get a number 2. I mean, standards. Like, we all know. Yes, we all know to some degree there's some of us that have cheered for the Lions. But you don't wear the gear to the... I just laughed a little bit inside, and I said to myself, that's why the doc can't get number 2. Can't work with Booner, can't work with Hefe. I can't get number 2 because why? I don't wear a Lions hat to the media sessions? Come on, guys. It's funny. Listen, it's lighthearted. I did great work, but it's something to talk about. So, free lesson, Doc 101. When you show up for your first day of work as a reporter, don't wear Lions gear. Oops. Don't do that. Booner. I would just say, you know what? I need some authorization from my friend Booner, colleague, respected journalist. He's going to come wearing a jersey. Is that okay? And it's going to be a Dan Campbell jersey, and he's going to wear spikes. Is that okay? The doc is battling. I listen, to be honest, I didn't battle. I didn't battle at all. I just sent an email. Hey, can I get one more? And it was like, no. And it was like, that was it. I used it as a bit because it actually is a fun challenge to see, could I go 30 days? Basically one set of eyes, another pair of eyes for the joint practices. And actually I did, but it was tiring. It took something out of me. So that was the secret all along. I should have flashed some Lions swag. I should have wore the Lions bracelet. I should have did a Kool-Aid video and said, Dan, did you see it? I'm mad at myself. Did you see it? I'm sorry. We're just going to let John continue to have the one. It's fair. Just the one. It's good. Complaint level, 3.2. It motivated me to do great. I crushed it, guys. I'm going to self-gloss for 60 seconds because you guys supported it. It was a great training camp. Everything I wanted to accomplish happened. I did everything I could. I grew as a reporter. I got stories. I did a feature, which I rarely do. And the numbers were off the charts, competitive to the process, podcast every day, growing network, friends get to debate. I get to go weekly on a couple shows. And I love what's happened with Booner, someone to talk nonsense with. I love what's happened with Hefe. Just make up stuff about him on the air. And they still call me back. So in the end, they made it a little bit harder for me, but that's kind of what I need. If I had it easy, if I had somebody else actually there, I might lean on them too much. All Hefe, all Doc. I can deal with that. But come on. I'm the super fan media member. Cute. Nice. I liked it. Hey, listen, nice people. These people are nice people. It's just, it's funny, the mindset. Nice. Everyone I respect greatly. They're great competitors. They make you work hard. I'm the Doc, John Macaroon. Hopefully you laughed. Hopefully you liked the coverage. Hopefully you liked the little snark with our Walmart friends. Hopefully you liked just good, positive news on a Friday. Set the table. Let's have fun on a Saturday. I'll come back after the show tomorrow. Just give my thoughts as we wind down. Next week's going to be huge. Roster talk. What does it mean? It's happening, guys. This season is getting after it. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you guys kindly for the comments. I mean, I can't believe. And one thing that I think I've done greatly is I replied to 99.9% of comments that came over the last 40 days. If I missed one, I apologize. I've tried to spend an hour hitting comments across the board. Thanks for accepting a podcaster in the media world. It means a lot to me. Visit Lions on SI. Visit the Lone Wolves podcast as we bring you daily coverage. Thanks for the memberships. We get after it. Thanks for the fun hour. Thanks for the laughs and lightheartedness. The support you guys give has been great. I'm the Doc. Let's talk tomorrow. Peace and love.